folks, welcome to Interpersonal Communications online for spring of 2015 at Hennepin Technical College. My name is Michelle Zeig and I am the instructor for this course. I always love spring semester courses because we always start in the coldness of winter and finish up in May. I'm recording this video on Monday, January 5th, and when I woke up this morning it was -7. And we're going to finish. Our last day of assignments that are due for this course is May 8th, and hopefully by May 8th we'll be back in our shorts and t-shirts and flip-flops. So I always love spring semester because it's such a semester of change. So hopefully you are also excited about starting this course. This course is probably going to be something different than you've taken before. Not because of the online format. I'm assuming a lot of you, if not most of you, have already taken online courses, but because this course really allows you time and material and content to focus on yourself. It's all about you and how you communicate with others. Because it's interpersonal communications, we're going to be doing a lot of focusing on how you communicate with another person in your life, whether it be a significant other, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a wife, a husband, a coworker, a boss, a friend, just anybody that you have relationships with. So it really will be, I think, different for you in that we're going to do a lot of self-reflection. I'm going to ask you to ask some questions about yourself, examine the way that you communicate, talk to other people about how you communicate with them. So I'm hoping it will be a semester of self-discovery. I know that most of you registered for this course because it was a requirement, and I truly understand that. I mean, it's a hoop that you need to jump in order to get your certificate or degree, and I truly do understand that. But I just want to encourage you, as long as you have to pay the money, and you pay over $500 to take this course, and as long as you're going to spend, most students spend about 6 to 9 hours a week completing the reading and the online assignments, and you're going to spend about $60 to buy the book. As long as you're going to put all that time and money in it, I hope that you will look at it as an opportunity to discover a little bit about yourself, to understand more about your own communication, and then most importantly, to add some tools to your communication toolbox that will help you be successful. We are going to look at looking at the tools in your toolbox. We're going to look at your verbal skills. We're going to look at nonverbal. We're going to look at conflict. We're going to look at disclosure. We're going to look at building relationships, how to maintain relationships. So I'm really hoping, again, as long as you've spent the money and you're going to put the time in, I'm really hoping that you will walk away from our course with some new communication tools that will make you more effective in your work life, your professional life, and in your home and your personal life. So that's my hope for you as we begin this journey together, is that you will find something, hopefully every week, that will be useful for you. Okay, so what I've got in front of you is just our home screen, and I'm going to ask that you check it every Monday, simply because every week I will update it with assignments that are due for that week, tips, suggestions, just kind of anything to help you be successful in the course. The number one reason that students are not successful in my course is because they miss assignments, or they don't post their discussion postings, or they miss quizzes. And so hopefully this course news page will be a place for you to just kind of keep yourself up on when things are due. I'm a pretty relaxed person and an instructor, but one of the things that I don't take is I don't take late work. Of course, unless there's a medical emergency or something like that, then obviously I would work with you to figure that out. But if you forget an assignment or just don't do an assignment, you don't get a chance to redo those. So I'm really encouraging you to print out a copy of our schedule, and I'll show you where that is in just a minute, and post it somewhere that you see it, on a fairly often basis. I even tell students to put it like on their door going out to their garage, or on their mirror in their bathroom, or somewhere so that you see it quite often, so that you can be reminded of due dates. So what I have up here on our course page is just kind of some basic information about it being an online course. And then toward the bottom I have the checklist of things that you'll want to get done for this week. And I'll talk a little bit more about those in just a little bit. One of the most important things for you to do is to purchase your book, and I would encourage you to do that right away. It's available in the Hennepin Tech bookstore. You do need a book with a CourseMate access card. And when you get that, you will go to this website here, and you will log on, and it will, inside of it, it will have your access code information. And when you log on here, you will then have access to just a whole bunch of study tools and kind of extra materials. You will have practice quizzes, you will have PowerPoint slides, you will have videos, you will have flashcards for vocabulary, you will have games that you can play. So do that right away. One of the questions it will ask you is if there is a course code. You don't need a course code. There is no course code assigned for my particular course. I could do that if I wanted to track what you were looking at. I'm not going to do that. So you will just need the information right inside of your cover that has the access information. So do please do that right away so that you can start working on it. Okay, so from our course news page here, I'm going to jump up to course materials, and I'm just going to jump under content. And under content is where you will find almost everything that you need to be successful in our course. And I have each of the chapters broken down by units. So you'll see all the units down here, and then as you click on them, so for example, this is introduction week, as you click on each of the units, you will see a checklist of things that need to be done for the week. And then you will also see some other materials as well. But I'm going to start you right here under Introduction Week. You're already doing number one. You're already listening to the orientation video. I would encourage you to print out both the course outline, or the syllabus, same thing, and schedule. Especially the syllabus or the outline, in case you were thinking somewhere down the road that you would like to transfer this course to another institution. A lot of times they do require that you have a copy of the course outline. I also would like you to upload a picture of yourself. And if you notice up here in the corner, you see my picture there. If you just click on that and you click profile, it walks you through steps of how to upload a picture. If you don't want a picture of yourself, let's go back and do this again. If you don't want a picture of yourself listed there, hang on folks, I clicked my wrong button here. Now I'm back. You certainly can upload a picture of something else that represents you. It's just really nice in an online environment to have a visual of who you're interacting with. So please do that as well. And then there is two opportunities to earn extra credit this first week. I always think it's really good for students psychologically to kind of start the semester with some extra credits. It's a little cushion for the first week. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go under the discussion area and post a self-introduction and your VARC results. So if you go under communication and you click on discussions, you will see here's your first discussion posting, and it's again, it says go under your profile. Up here, change your picture. So that's step one. Step two is to go out to the VARC learning style questionnaire, complete it. When you're done with it, it will tell you what your learning style preferences are. What I would like you to write in your discussion posting are your top 2 learning styles that you have figured out from taking this learning style inventory, and then discuss how this information will assist you, and how knowing that you're in an online course, how now knowing your learning style, how you can use those tips and suggestions to be successful. I would also encourage you to introduce yourself here. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Share what you're comfortable sharing. Most students will talk about, what program they're involved in. They'll talk about if they have a family. A lot of students will talk about their work. So whatever you are comfortable sharing there. All of our discussion postings you must post first before you can read anybody else's postings. So make sure that you do your discussion posting and then go back in and read other folks. For this first introduction posting, I'm only asking that you respond to one of your classmates. For all of your other discussion postings, I will ask that you respond to at least 2 classmates. Okay, so if you do that, that's worth 2.5 extra credit points. And if we go back under content, the next thing that I'd like you to do is go under the drop box. And if you click under assessments, you will see drop box. And when you click on the drop box, you will see here the extra credit paragraph and scavenger hunt. And it looks a little different, folks, because I'm in as an instructor. It'll look different when you go in. But here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to upload one Microsoft Word document that has two things in it. The first thing that I want you to have is a paragraph that outlines what your expectations are for this semester. So you can include specific skills you're hoping to learn, a grade that you're shooting for, whatever you're hoping to get out of this course. The second thing that I'd like you to do is go on a little mini scavenger hunt from or going through our D2L course site and answer these questions. So I have a couple of questions listed here. So what is course goal number 3? Where can you find the student code of conduct? So there's no need to retype each of these questions. You can just go ahead and in your Word document type the answers to them. But I do, by hopefully having you do this, it encourages you to kind of go out and explore our course site a little bit more. Okay, and that's worth 2.5 extra credit points. So if you do both of those extra credit assignments, both 4 and 5 here on the checklist, you will have 5 extra credit points to start the semester with, which again I think is just a wonderful way to start out the semester. Okay, so I'm just going to go down and we're going to look together quickly at the schedule so that you can kind of see what we're looking at as we look ahead. The schedule follows kind of a really simple, I think, pattern in that we pretty much do a chapter a week. So if you can kind of, in your mind know that you're going to be doing reading a chapter and studying a chapter each week. Here we are with this introduction week. Again, the 2 extra credit assignments, the discussion posting and the Dropbox, those are due by 11:59 on Friday, January 16th. And then as we look ahead to the next week, and this is why I wanted you to make sure that you got your book right away, is that we jump in next week, chapter 2, right away with chapter 1. Notice that the discussion postings and the papers are all due on Wednesdays. Notice that quizzes are all due on Friday. So if you kind of in your schedule or in your planning for the week, just kind of in your mind know, okay, I need to check D2L on Monday to see what's due for the week. And if it's Wednesday, I probably have a discussion posting due or a paper due. And if it's a Friday, I almost positively have a quiz due. And I'll talk a little bit more about quizzing with next week's YouTube video, but each of the quizzes are 13 questions. They're a combination of multiple choice and true false, and you have 20 minutes to complete each of those quizzes. If you go over that 20 minutes, unfortunately, you do not get credit for the quiz. So you want to make sure that you're watching the timer quickly as you're, or watching the timer closely as you're completing your quiz. Each of these quizzes, they're not, I know some of you have had a lot of other online courses before and maybe you've had, 50 minutes to do 10 questions or whatever. You only have 20 minutes to do 13 questions, so you really do have to study and know the information in your head. There's no way you can look up 13 questions in 20 minutes. So I really do encourage you to use that Cengage Learning Tools website for flashcards and for studying, and just really make sure that you take good notes. When you sit down to take the quiz, I would expect that you have your book in front of you. Our book has wonderful tear out chapter summary pages. I would tear those out. I would keep those in front of you. I would print out the PowerPoint slideshows and take notes on those so that you have all those materials sitting in front of you as you quiz. So that's kind of, it's just, I was trying to give you just kind of a view of the semester coming up. As I said earlier, our last day that assignments are due is May 8th. And then on the second sheet of our schedule, I do have just all of the assignments listed out for you so you can kind of see how this semester is divided. Here's the discussion postings. You'll do 4 of those. They're worth 15 points each. You will take 11 quizzes. They're worth 13 points each. So there's 143 points for quizzes. You will do 3 papers for me worth 110 points, and then here's those 2 little extra credit points. Here's the one that's due this first week, and then here's the one that's due at the end of the semester. Hopefully when you look at this, folks, you see that the quizzes are very important. I mean, there are 143 points out of a total of 313 for the semester. So do take your time, do a good job on those quizzes, just so that you kind of know how the points are added up. Okay, so hopefully my purpose for doing this video was to give you kind of a basic orientation. Hopefully you did that. If I'm leaving you with any questions, please email and let me know. Have a great